Welcome to Tyler's Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is March 10, 2021. And we got some Impact Wrestling to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. And we got a lot of updates. We got a lot of updates. But let's get to the WWE update first. Because on the bump that I did not watch, but we got our first inductee into the WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2021. And that person is, drumroll please, I don't know what I'm doing. Molly Holly is in the Hall of Fame. Wow. And I believe the 2020's Hall of Fame will be in this as well, I believe. And now, during this whole show of the Impact Wrestling, we got matches for second place for this Saturday. I named all the championship ones already, like last week. But they got another couple more matches that got made for this Saturday. And I'm going to tell you guys about them now because none of them were in the matches. Some of them were made like in BTI, the show they have now, the new show they have. That's before the Impact. Or they have segments. They have segments for for these matches during the show this week. So here we go. We have Eddie Edwards versus Brian Myers will be fighting in a hold harmless match. I guess that's a no. Scott D'Amore said that match is Brian Myers thought it was a submission match, but it wasn't. It's a no rules match. Okay, then we got Chris Sabin and James Storm with Jake something in the corner to versus Violent by Design, Diener and Joe Doring with Eric Young because they're not happy what James Storm and Chris Sabin is doing. Chris Sabin and James Storm is not happy what Eric Young and Joe Doring is doing to Diener, beating him up and doing all that stuff. And then they got attacked from the Violent by Design. And then they had their interview and they challenged those guys at Saturday. Then we had Decay, Black Toros, and Crazy Steve with Rosemary to versus Reno Scum. They just made this match because Triple XL couldn't beat Decay. This match was made in BTI, so I don't know that much about this match because I don't watch BTI. We got Havoc and Nevada versus Tennille Dashwood and Caleb with a K intergender tag team match. So all that is going to happen on this Saturday. And now let's get to the matches of Impact Wrestling that I do know that happens. That's not on the pay-per-view. We got Jazz will be taking on Tasha Steelz in a one-on-one match because both ladies will be in the Knockouts Tag Team Championship match at Psycho Place. And it was a pretty decent match. I enjoyed it, but the winner of that match was Jazz with the STF onto Tasha Steelz. She got the win. Carol Hogan tried to get herself involved, but Jordan Grace wouldn't let her. But Jazz got the win. Then we got Chris Sabin and James Storm versus Rohit and Muhammad Shira. I don't know what his name is. I know Shira. But his first name I don't know. I can't even pronounce his name. But it was a pretty decent match. I enjoyed it. Even Rohit was doing good. He was doing a lot of fast, quick things. Shira did not miss a step. But, ladies and gentlemen, at the end, we got Rohit and Shira was arguing. I believe Shira did something bad. And then Chris Sabin knocked Shira into Rohit, did a drop kick off the turnbuckle, and knocked Shira and Rohit down. And then they knocked Chris Sabin clotheslined Shira outside the ring. And then we got a backstabber from James Storm and a Chris Sabin's finisher. Cradle drop, something like that? I think it was a cradle drop. I think that was Dale Brown yelled it out. Cradle drop, combination, and they got the win. And at backstage, Rohit was yelling at Shira. Shira's put Rohit on the wall, says, I don't have to give you anything. So, Maybe that team is going to be broken. Then we got Trey Miguel will be versing one of his trainees, that's Sami Callihan, Brainwash, to challenge Trey Miguel to a match. And his name is Sam Bailey. Bailey? I don't know. And Trey told this guy he doesn't want to fight him, and Trey was getting distracted by Sami Callihan, and then Sam attacked Trey from behind, and then Trey won the match by submission. And then Mr. Sami Callihan, Trey was about to come to get him. He did his phone thing, and then the lights went back on, and then he did a package power driver onto Sam, and then Trey was about to get him in the ring, and he did it again. Sami Callihan is getting the head of Trey Miguel. Then, yes, that's an ambulance, I think. Hurry up. There we go. We had Chris Bay versus Ace Austin. I thought this was an amazing match. Back and forth, back and forth. Even Madman Fulton was there. And even TJP at the end was there for a minute, and then he got run off by Madman Fulton. And then Chris Bay gets the win against Ace Austin. Ace Austin is the number contender to the championship, but Chris Bay beat the number contender. Then we have ODB versus Susan in our main event. It was an okay match, not bad, but the winner of that match was ODB because Susan made ODB a little more upset because she emptied ODB's flask, the alcohol thing. She emptied it, and then ODB got upset and did her finisher. 1, 2, 3, she wins. And then we got Kimberly and Deonna Purrazzo coming out to attack ODB. Here goes Jordan Grace and Jazz coming out to attack those ladies. And then when they had the upper hand, we got the Knockouts Tag Team Champions, Tasha Steelz and Kira Hogan coming out. And then all the champions of the Knockouts, except for Kimberly and Susan, were standing tall against their challengers. Susan and Kimberly, you can leave now because you're not champions. So why are you there? Next, we have a big announcement. There's two parts of this announcement. For the world champions of TNA, World Heavyweight Champion Moosey Boosie, and Impact World Champion Rich Swanee. I try to make nicknames, but it's hard to make nicknames sometimes. And I don't know how to do it. And then it's got D'Amore. He came out. Well, he came out before Rich Swann, and then he called out Rich Swann. And we heard that at Sacrifice, the World Championships will be unified at Sacrifice. The TNA and the Impact World Championships will be unified. But their night as champions is not over. Because the next pay-per-view that's on pay-per-view, that you have to order on pay-per-view, not on Impact Plus, on April, is Rebellion. And they got a big match. Whoever wins the World Championship match, if it's Moose or Rich Swann, whoever wins, they will be versing the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega at Rebellion for title versus title. Not champion versus champion match. It's for the titles. It's for the AEW World title, and it's for the Impact World Championship. That's a big match. My goodness, that's a big match. And I don't care who wins, because Moose is great. I think the Moose match between Kenny Omega will be awesome. Or Rich Swann and Kenny Omega will be awesome. But Rich Swann has his problems with Kenny Omega. I would love to see Rich Swann and Kenny Omega versus each other first. I do want to see that. So I guess Mr. Kenny Omega is not done with Impact Wrestling yet. And the exploding ring. Tony Khan talking about it. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a lot of people making fun of this. A lot of people making fun of the explosion. I didn't get to see it because it froze on me. My stream got frozen on me. But I seen videos of the explosion. And the ring did not explode. The turnbuckles did turn into fireworks or pyro, like Kane would do, the pyro on the turnbuckles, and the C4 that's outside the ring. So Eddie Kingston did not get hit by a C4 or anything. He did what the script says. He has to act like he's dead or something, or like he protected his friend from the bombs, but he didn't get hit, or Jon Moxley didn't get hit. Nobody got hit because it wasn't in the ring. And everybody was hyping up, like the commentary was hyping up when the countdown was happening. But I don't think anyone understands what was going to happen. But it was stupid. And I think it was one of the worst botches that professional wrestling could do. People say WWE does a lot of stupid ones. But you guys, you made us hyped about an exploding death match, and it turned out to be absolutely nothing. The match was great. But the explosion? Why does anyone have to run out of the ring? Why did the referee have to wear a hazmat? Well, okay, I understand why he wore it, because during the match there was kambuis. But why did everybody have to, like, move far away? There was absolutely nothing there. Like, 2 C4s outside the ring, and then the sparklers of the turnbuckles go off. Oh, man, that was just funny. Oh, man. Sometimes I love when AEW make a botch, because people always hate on WWE because they're botches. Oh, this person botched. Oh, that person botched. But this is your crew mega botch. Like, WWE superstars could make botches, made a lot of mistakes, because yeah, they train train doing these moves, but sometimes you get cramps, or your body feels weird. I don't know what happens, but sometimes those moves doesn't happen, and the crew members that makes the rings and all that stuff should know how to do these things. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but ladies and gentlemen, it was funny that Eddie Kingston acted like he was like dead or hurt really badly because of nothing. Like, it felt like a celebration. It felt like a celebration. Yay! Happy New Year's! Or July 4th. Oh my goodness. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys tomorrow for NXT's results. Let's see if there's any more botches on that one. But ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of my video. Hope you guys enjoy your day. That's all from me, Nate. That's all from me. Tyler's out. Bye!